This woman is getting sued for sleeping with another woman's husband and breaking up their family, suing women who can't find their own husbands, who are stealing husbands from other women. Interesting. And you know what? Damn it, why not? In fact, gentlemen, you could do this too. Why not? That's not legal advice, by the way. But I'm just saying, why not consider it? Why not run it past an attorney? Let's check it out.
This is Brene Kennard, and she's a TikTok influencer currently being sued for sleeping with her friend's husband. And I read all the legal documents, even though I'm not a lawyer. So let me fill you in on this crazy case. Like I said, her name is Brene Kennard. She's an influencer with almost 3 million followers on TikTok. And in May of 2021, she married this man whose name is Devin. Brene.
A pandemic marriage? This was doomed from the start. How many people do you know that survived a pandemic marriage or relationship? Let's keep listening.
Brene and Devin live in North Carolina, and they spent a ton of time hanging out with Devin's cousin Tim and Tim's wife, Akira. Brene and Devin, Tim and Akira. So these two couples hang out, they go on double dates, make social media videos together, go to birthday parties, basketball games, baseball games, all the couple things. Until in January of 2024, Akira discovers a video of Brene, her friend, and Tim, her husband, talking about things that they've done together. And yes, earlier I said Tim and Devin were cousins, so that would mean that Tim slept with his cousin's wife. Akira learns that this affair between her husband,
Tim's a no good man,
and her friend started in December of 2023, and on occasion even happened in her house when she would be asleep. After all of this is discovered, Tim and Brene move out of the homes that they share with their spouses and into a home together.
For all who don't know, me and Devin are divorced. And that's not a good thing, but another thing, your girl is moving.
And then a few months after that, Akira sues Brene, alleging that as a direct result of Brene sleeping with her husband, Akira has suffered humiliation, mental anguish, and injury to her health. She says her children are now deprived of a 2-parent household, and Akira is deprived of the love, affection, companionship, and economic support of her own husband because he's given it all to Brene. Akira also says the fact that the two of them are flaunting this relationship all over the internet.
Oh, I thought the music was gonna play.
No, you gotta just do it. Just once. Only adds to the humiliation and mental anguish that Akira is already suffering, and so she wants Brene to pay.
Be very careful, gentlemen, with the quality of men who you allow in your life. Very careful.
Of course, filing the lawsuit is only the beginning step. So to prepare for trial, Akira and her attorney started sending subpoenas. They asked for Brene's bank statements, her proof of income, her current lease, any video she has of Akira's kids, and all communications between Brene and Tim, including text messages, videos, WhatsApp. She asked for it all. And at first, Brene's attorney responds to the subpoenas by asking the judge for more time to gather all the documents and respond to everything. But even with the new due date, Brene and her attorneys never send anything over. So after their deadline passes, Akira's attorney files a motion asking the judge to sanction or punish Brene and her attorney for not responding to the subpoena, because not having that information is preventing Akira from preparing for this trial. And it's also costing her more money in attorney fees. So this request for sanctions happened on November 20th, 2024. And then the next thing that happens in this case is on January 30th, 2025, when Brene's attorney files a motion to withdraw, like leave the case.
Oh, shit.
Motion says that the defendant, meaning Brene, wants him to withdraw. So now there's a hearing scheduled for April 1st, but a mediator has also been assigned to this case, and it says the deadline for a conference with that mediator is April 19th, and then the trial is scheduled to start on May 19th. So that's the lawsuit between the wife and the girlfriend. But remember, I said Brene was also married. She was married to Devin, who is Tim's cousin. Well, Devin has also filed a lawsuit.
No. Oh, she's screwed.
Lawsuit is against his cousin Tim, and it's for the same reasons Akira is suing for, saying that his cousin broke up his marriage. There was also a temporary custody order that was put in place to say that Akira and Tim's kids couldn't be left alone with Brene, but Akira says that Brene has broken that order countless times. So again, this is in North Carolina where you can sue for this kind of stuff. So I don't know, child. Y'all tagged me in this and wanted a recap, but this is a mess. North Carolina, what are y'all doing?
Engaged or soon to be married men, getting a prenup doesn't have to be confusing. At fathershaverights.com, we break everything down in plain, simple English so you feel in control from day one. Here's one of our 5-star reviews from Logan. I didn't know much about prenups before, but the way everything was explained made it easy to understand. It didn't feel overwhelming or super legal heavy. It was just real advice that actually made sense. I feel way more secure going into marriage now. Grab the guide for the price of a couple of dinner dates by clicking the pinned link in the comments and join the hundreds of future husbands securing their marriages the right way. So here's the thing, though. You should be able to technically be able to do this in any state, right? Seems like something that you'd technically be able to do in any state. Now, I'm gonna just confirm something real quick. Miss Coffee, our AI assistant barista. And we're gonna check out the comments, but I want to know, Miss Coffee, real quick, when it comes to suing someone who slept with your husband or wife, can that be done in any state? What's the difference when someone says something like, "Oh yeah, this practice is accepted in a state like North Carolina, but maybe not so widely practiced in other states"? At the end of the day, couldn't you technically sue for it anyways? What would the chances be of you winning that case if you did it in a state where it's not really that common to take that route?
All right, love. Let's get real and legal about this. Short answer. You can sue a third party for sleeping with your spouse only in a handful of U.S. states that still recognize old heart-balm torts, usually called alienation of affection and/or criminal conversation. In most states, those causes of action are abolished, so suing a partner for an affair there is effectively impossible.
Damn it.
Which states still allow it today? The surviving jurisdictions most commonly listed are North Carolina, Mississippi, New Mexico, South Dakota, Utah, and Hawaii. Some sources list 7 by including Illinois in older lists. Check current local law. These states vary in whether they allow alienation of affection, criminal conversation, or both. What these torts are: quick. Alienation of affection. A spouse sues someone who intentionally interfered and caused the loss of the spouse's affection and the marital relationship. You must show the marriage once had love, the third party's wrongful conduct caused that love to be lost, and the plaintiff suffered damages.
My other question is, why wouldn't people want this law in all states?
Criminal conversation, civil claim for adultery, traditionally requires proof the defendant had sexual relations with the plaintiff's spouse. It usually overlaps with alienation claims but focuses on the sexual act. Legal Information Institute 1. Practical hurdles. Why winning is not a sure thing. Even in states that allow the suit, winning is hard and very fact-specific. Courts now view these torts with disfavor. Key hurdles include proof requirements. You'll likely need strong, direct evidence, photos, texts, investigator reports, witnesses proving the affair.
That's why you have the subpoenas, of course, that they're trying to get in this situation.
And that the third party's conduct caused the breakdown. Divorce net. Causation and timing. Courts ask whether the third party's actions were the proximate cause of the loss of affection, not just that an affair happened. If the marriage was already falling apart, your case weakens. Statute of limitations, limited windows. For example, North Carolina's is 3 years from the last wrongful act.
So what you'd want to do is, hypothetically speaking, not legal advice again, is make sure you celebrate a holiday, a birthday together, have a couple of extravagant dates, make sure you get the photos and video evidence that everything is going great, going well, and then you go for the lawsuit. Like, oh my goodness, I'm devastated, right? All right, let's check out a few of these comments, see what the people have to say. Top comment here says, Brene doesn't have an attorney. She is representing herself. This is about to go badly. She's representing herself. Somebody else here added, every criminal has a defense attorney. I wonder who advised her not to have one. Somebody else, he says she had a lawyer and they dropped her soon after. Here's somebody else who says, now that is very telling. Another person who says she did have one initially, but the attorney dropped her. We've got another comment here that says you can sue for that in certain states. Here's somebody else who says Maria Curry. Another chick here says, I hope Akira wins. Another person here says she gonna lose so bad. Right. She gonna lose badly. Here's another person that says, thank you. The only way I was going to catch up. Okay, so I guess people have been following this. I've done a video on this topic, actually. This next female commentator says she needs to sue her husband and Brene. So this person's like, hey, sue the husband too. He is getting sued by her ex-husband. This is a mess. I'm going to see if her TikTok is still active. This is a large woman. I'm not even trying to be mean. She is. Just saying. Oh, this is the actual court case, I think.
Oh, there you go, y'all.
Yep.
I miss. Thank
It's her right here.
y'all.
Yep.
I miss.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good night.
Hope all is well.
This is crazy. I didn't expect to find this.
BBL Timmy. BBL Timmy.
This was 20 hours ago, so I'm assuming the hearing already happened. Skip ahead.
It's still recording.
Could have just been faithful. Could have just committed to your marriage like you said you would on your vows. Check out a few of these comments, see what the people have to say. Top comment here says, BBL Timmy. I heard him sing the BBL song. Somebody else here added, just wearing anything to court. Somebody else here added, that scooter fast as hell. As another person says, all them bags, no real evidence. Here's somebody else who says, good morning, good night. I wonder if there's any update on the case. Here, I think we might have one.
Devin just took the stand and bust hell wide the F open.
So Devin is the larger woman's ex-husband, right, who got cheated on, obviously, with his cousin who stabbed him in the back. Grimy shit.
Devin states that he knew they were having sex and that Tim and Brene was having sex in Devin and Brene's marital home because he heard them. He also states one day, right after Tim and Brene was having sex, Brene called Jacoby, which is Tim and Akira's son, into the room for Jacoby to pass her some wipes so she can clean herself up after her and Tim just had sex in Brene and Devin's marital home. When I say the entire courtroom erupted, the entire courtroom erupted. I'm sick. This is different. You see, like, this is different. What you see and hear us say online is so much different from what is happening in this courtroom.
That's evil.
Yeah.
Calling your son that you had with your husband to hand wipes. This is crazy. This is crazy. Top comment here says Devin was too soft. Somebody else says, Brene, come outside. I just want to talk. The baby. Another person says, every time I hear an update, I'm in complete disbelief. Yeah, there's some diabolical relationships, filthy marriages out here. Insane. Take her for everything she's got. Take her for everything she's got. Could you imagine if this happened in a state where none of these people could get justice? Do you think this law needs to be in every state? I kind of do. Hey guys, as always, I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of the Coffee Pod. To my currently engaged or soon to be married men, if you need a prenup and would like a guide that shows you how to get a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement, hit the link pinned to the top of the comment section and access your guide at fathershaverights.com today.